Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Reds Talk and welcome to the preview for the game between Manchester United and Copenhagen in the Champions League. United play a team tomorrow night who have been relatively unlucky, if we're being completely honest. In the Galatasaray game, I'm pretty sure they went 2-0 up in that, went down to 10 men and then they brought it back. And then equally against Bayern Munich, they led in that game and then Bayern Munich brought it back again. So they're not a bad team. They won't be as bad as what rival fans will make out. So it's still going to be a difficult game I'm expecting. Why do you think we've just go straight into it, lads? Why do you think we've struggled so much in this group? What do you think it is?
There's a number of things. I think we've said it all season, haven't we? With the lack of defenders, lack of fit defenders, has not helped us. And then when you're facing the likes of sort of Harry Kane and Musiala, Icardi, I know he's a bit older, but he's still got predatory instincts. He's still good. So you face that, and you've got no fit defenders. You're not actually fit. Your starting backline fit. I think it's the Wolves games, the only time we had it, and even then, Lissandro was injured, so I don't know if you can count that. And then conceding goals. If we did not concede goals straight after we score, we would have won Bayern Munich game and we would have beat Galatasaray because we were on top for those games, but we conceded.
The pros and cons I had a look. So there was 7 incidents in the past games where we've scored and within 6 minutes they've scored.
That's what I mean.
7.
We can't hold a lead to save our lives. If we could, we would have won both of those games, I think, because Bayern Munich looked poor. Let's be honest, they did look poor.
Yeah.
They were gifted a goal by Onana making a mistake, which is another thing. Onana just giving mistakes left, right, and centre, which has cost us games. Galatasaray as well. And then defenders making mistakes. It's just mistakes and us not holding on to leads, plus not a fit defensive line. That's been our issue. We've been able to score against these teams, but we've not been able to hold leads or keep them out. If we could do that, if we could score against Copenhagen and keep a clean sheet, we'll win the game. But whether we do that or not is a totally different matter, because I don't think we can.
Has it surprised you at all, Chiver, how bad we've been? Like, we expected it to be maybe a little bit tricky, maybe trips away to Galatasaray and Bayern Munich, but has it surprised you how awful we've been?
Yes, coming in from last season is surprised me because I didn't see this. I thought we would only build on the progress we made last season, but it's a combination of things. It's not just the injuries, it's everything else that's happening with the club. And I think sometimes it's just a bit of bad luck that, just adds up on top of everything, with the injuries that we've had. This was supposed to be a big season for Kobe Mainu, for Ahmad. It would have been perfect for Ahmad because of, what we have in the issues that we're having on the right wing. He's injured. It would have been perfect for Kobe Mainu coming in. He got injured. We lost Lissandro. It's just a combination of things. And when all these things start happening, especially with everything that's happening off the field, with the owners, with everything else, it causes disharmony in the team. And I think there's also a lack of belief because Sam mentioned the Bayern Munich game. That game was there for the taking. I think I was actually quite surprised within the first couple of minutes how lucid that Bayern Munich looked, and I was like, if this was us last season, we would have taken them easy. And to play so poorly, score 3 goals away, that just shows you what we could have done. But it's a combination of things. I think it's not just, you can't just pinpoint one thing. Like Sam said, there's quite a few things that have added up to make us so bad. I mean, so bad. And the belief is just rock bottom, as in absolutely rock bottom. And that is quite evident based on what you've said, that if on 7 different occasions, we always concede after we've scored. We can't even keep a lead for 10 minutes when we score first. So it's one of them ones where we just have to play through it. But if we get a few players back, I know that we're on a 2-win streak.
Is it allowed to be called a win streak when it's 2?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we've won 2 games. There should be some kind of belief, a little bit of something that they can hold on to.
Issue is though, Chiver, they weren't that convincing, were they?
That's what I said, they should. They should be.
It should,
To
yeah.
be fair as well, the other wins this season haven't been convincing either, have they? To be fair,
No.
Wolves
No.
is
Any of
not
them.
convincing at all.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
Burnley,
So,
Wolves,
no.
Forest. I mean, we've been given easy alley oops, man.
Yeah,
Just
and these are all teams bottom of the table as well, well near
this is
bottom
where
of
we're
the table.
supposed to build
Burnley
up. Like,
Burnley
imagine if. So we're 6 points off, right?
Yeah.
Off the top. Imagine if we just took one of those opportunities.
Yeah.
We would have been
Well, the Arsenal game, you look at that up until the 88th minute, we was winning, weren't we? Garnacho scored that goal,
He scored the winner.
and then it's like massive result, and then within like 5 minutes, you're fucking 3-1 down. You're like, how the fuck has this happened?
Alice.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we should have lost that. Did we lose to Bournemouth?
No, we've not played Bournemouth yet. So we've lost to Tottenham, Arsenal, Brighton,
Palace.
Yeah, so that's 4 in it.
Oh,
Yes, we played eight league games, is it? And we've won 4, lost 4, I think. Something like that. So, yeah, that's where we're at the minute. And this is where we get to a stage in the Champions League, at least, where you literally have to win, or you're basically not progressing. I mean, maybe numerically it's possible, but surely that's a record in itself. The fact that if United lose their first 3 Champions League games in the group stage, I mean, you might as well, if you can't win a game in your group stage, you don't deserve to fucking get through anyway. I mean, I'm not even optimistic if we do get through to the next round, because even a bad Bayern team,
got to beat Bayern at home, which
you got to go to Galatasaray away, which everyone knows is called the nightmare or something along the lines of that. So it's not looking good. But if we're to focus on any kind of positive at all, Sam, we do have players coming back from injuries. Anyone in particular you're excited to see?
It'd be nice to have a fucking left back, wouldn't it? Region. Jesus Christ. How long have we been out without a left back? Like an natural left back. Like Dallow's played there, Lindelof's played there, Amrabat's played there. Like Jesus Christ, man! Like just the amount of people who've played there instead of an actual fit left back. And I thought when he was in the team and playing, I thought he was decent.
Best player.
I thought he was good. Like I liked what I saw. So to have, apparently he was fit for Saturday, but he was ill. Like he had an illness or something like that.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's had a full couple of weeks training and he's good to go. I don't know how far Kobe Mainu is away. I don't know if he'll play or leave me on the bench.
Did you guys see that training clip of Kobe Mainu?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he look good?
Yeah, he's cooking, man. He's
He
cooking.
did some crazy pass. Like I sat up, I was like, what? The hell did you do? That was mad.
He's training, I think, so he should be available for selection.
I'd like to see him. That'd be really, really good to see.
For sure.
Ahmad's a bit far away, isn't he? I know Malassia's still November time. Shaw.
No, I heard something about Malassia being out for the season. Did you guys see that?
No, I'm not seeing
the season.
Yeah.
I saw he was training. He was training on grass today. He was live training.
Yeah. He was in the background. Laurie Whitwell tweeted it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't like doing grassroots.
They said something about maternity, so I don't know if it's to do with maybe
the year or something.
Or something, but it wasn't injury related. It was like some personal shit. Anyway,
Either way, but yeah, Kobe Mainu. I'd love to see Ahmad in this team because just like Chivy said at the beginning, to give an injection into that right hand side because it's just fucking dead, isn't it, right now? Like Anthony's doing nothing. I hate when Bruno goes out there. He doesn't do anything. Mason Mount looked all right, but he's not a natural winger, so he wants to come inside. So I'd love to see an actual effective right winger would be nice, but that's probably not going to happen this week. But yeah, Kobe Mainu would be nice to see.
Direct right winger, like he's perfect for this, man.
Yeah, so that'd be nice to see. An actual fit left back, I think that helps us out tremendously. I think that gives Rashford someone to work with when he's got an actual left back behind him and helping him out. So yeah, that'd be good to see.
Yeah, for sure. What do you want to see us from a team perspective, Chivy, tomorrow? What's the main focus? Is it a concentration thing? Is it, what do you want to see personally?
Game management, man. Just game management. Again, it's one of those ones where, because of the importance of the game, I just want the 3 points. We can scrape it. We can you know. But even though it's always good to say good team performance, the least I would expect from them is just manage the game well, especially when we take a lead or if we score first. It's just to manage it and just stay, just concentrate on keeping your lead, staying solid, and because we need 3 points now. I don't want to see, I don't need to see a world class performance, but Jesus, let's just win. That's all I want. I just want that for this game. Maybe the next games I can then hope for other things, but now it's so important to get these 3 points, and whether it means having a cheeky striker to get like a penalty, if there's a fullback on the opposing team that's on the yellow, try and get him sent off. Things like that. Just I wish I could just get Jose back for this one. Yeah, just but yeah.
The kind of dark side of the tactical game in that sense, where you have your Fernandinhos and guys like that, just knowing what to do at the right time. Absolutely. Whilst we're actually on the topic of midfielder and midfielders, there's an ongoing discussion at the minute. It's a bit weird, the balance in midfield, Sam. Like, I don't know. Yep. I still feel like we haven't found the right balance in about 10 years, because we're always talking about it. For you, who's the perfect midfield, or what midfield would you like to see in this game? Because I thought Amrabat didn't really do much in the first half in the last one, but then when Eriksen came on alongside him, there was a bit more control and stuff. So, but then you get the flaws with Christian Eriksen as well, don't you? So, yeah, how do you manage that?
We'll go into, like, when I go into predicted 11, I'll explain the 11 that I think Ten Hag will go with, not the 11 I would go with. I would pick a different team. So, like you said, when Amrabat and Eriksen played together, I thought that worked really, really well. I'd probably change it. Like, I know he's never going to drop Bruno, but I would. Like, I think he deserves to be dropped. It's never going to happen, but that I would. And I'd play Eriksen in the 10. I'd play Amrabat and Mount, and that'd be your midfield pivot. That would what I would do if I was managing this team. But he's not going to drop Bruno, so I can stop trying to wish for it and think it's going to happen, because it isn't. So if that's the case, I think Ten Hag's ideal midfield is Casemiro, Mount, Bruno. That's the one he wants to play and he wants to work. But obviously Casemiro's form has just fallen off a cliff this season for some reason. No idea what the reasoning is. And he's obviously suspended because it's Casemiro, of course he is, for this game. So I think he goes with Amrabat, Mount and Bruno. I think that's what he goes with. But I would love to see an Amrabat, Mount, Eriksen midfield. Just try it, man. Just see what it does. Because I think Eriksen, if you put him in the 10, so he doesn't have to worry about the dog work and getting back and forth and defensive duties, he's effective. He unlocks defences. He unlocks teams, and he's able to play that pass. Bruno likes to think he's got that pass in him, but he has to play about 10 of them before he gets one. He keeps trying to play that pass that wins the game, whereas Eriksen is just like, I know where the space is, I know where the player's going, and he can just ping it in and get it to the guy, and it's effective. But obviously, he doesn't have the legs to run back and forth, do the 8 job and all the other stuff, and he has to normally come off about 60, 70 minutes. So I'd love to see that and play him in the 10, so he's got less, not pressure, but less sort of work he has to do, and just has to focus on the strikers and feeding Hojlund, who I'm sure he's got a great relationship with, both being in the Danish national team. And then that gives Rashford more opportunity. It then gives whoever the right winger is more opportunity, because they know the passing is going to be consistent. With Bruno, he's just sort of, it could work, it could get there, or it could go over the bar, it could go wide. He loses the ball. Like, it's just too unpredictable. So that's what I would do, but he's not going to do it. So
it does seem like a minefield, doesn't it? Because whatever we've seemed to have tried, it just hasn't worked. And I think Ten Hag in his head thought Mount, Bruno and Casemiro would work. And I'm a huge Mason Mount fan, and I thought it would equal. I could see why he was putting Mount in there instead of Eriksen, but there's no control there at all. And you said that from the start, didn't you, Chibi, to be fair? Literally the start of the season, he was like, this midfield doesn't fill me with that confidence of control. And in games, especially in like European nights and Champions League, you need that control, don't you?
Yeah, so and for a second, I was actually, after a while, well, not after a while, but like when we went into pre-season, I was willing to concede, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong, like because I always say this to you guys. I'm just a fan. I don't have any sort of crazy football knowledge. I just see
Not done your coaching badges, Chivy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just a fan, so I'm hoping that I'm wrong and he's right. And then I just couldn't see it, and I was willing to concede. But it just wasn't happening. I've been impressed with Mason Mount on a few occasions, and I like what I'm seeing, and I'm really, really hopeful that whatever Ten Hag is planning would actually pull off, but just don't see it. And another thing is, I don't even think we play 10 because he does this 3-1-6 thing. This 3-1, when we try to progress the ball, where he has 3 at the back and then 1 in the middle, and then
it's either 1 in the middle or 2 or a win back inverted into
exactly.
midfield.
But we don't really have like a 10. We have them marauding 8s. Now, maybe a year from now, we'll be like, 3 of us will be sat here going, now I get it,
Essentially,
but for now, I don't see it. I don't get it. And he does a few things that I just don't understand. Like we need a left back, and Dalot is very competent at left back, and we know Lindelof has played right back before, but then he still plays Dalot on the right and Lindelof on the left, and Lindelof is the one who comes in to do the midfield thing, and I know he's got a good range of passing, but I just don't see it, and maybe that's the reason why we haven't. Everyone's complaining about Casemiro, but he's not the only one that's been terrible. Like a lot of our players, almost everyone has been terrible. So maybe it's not him. Maybe it's the style of play. Like I don't think anyone has really thought about it from that perspective, because you just don't lose it all of a sudden.
I agree with you. Yeah. Sorry, Nick. I agree with you to a point, Chewy. But also, the way the team is and the way the team's set up doesn't excuse Casemiro giving the ball away or sloppy passing and the way he's playing individually. Because individually, he's making mistakes and doing things he should not be doing. That's not the team's fault. That's him. And that's what I pick up on him for. That's what he's doing for me. That needs to change.
That's very correct. But then if you're playing in positions that you're not used to playing, so for example, if he's making last-ditch challenges now. A lot of the time we're losing the ball. When we're losing the ball in attack, just watch Casemiro next time. He's usually like at the edge of the 18, where he really shouldn't be. He should be a little bit further deeper. And there was a time when we pressed the ball, like one of the early games. I can't remember. I think it was the Brighton game. Was it? When we pressed the ball
high up and he lost.
And I was like, I saw Mason.
Madison just knew where the space was, and he was just like, just going right there.
Yeah. I'm seeing Mason Mount and Bruno like really further up, and in my head immediately I'm like, where's Cass? And Cass I was like, so who's behind? And then that's it. And the thing is, when you're defending the ball, if someone's like coming at pace to you, it's harder for you to defend it than when you can actually anticipate the ball and go and attack it or whatever. But if you're trying to move back, if someone's like running towards you with the ball and you've got your back, they can easily beat you. So it's one of those things. But I get what you're saying. He's been sloppy. I think the goal he gave the ball away for what goal was it?
Galatasaray.
Was it yeah. So things like that, that's inexcusable. But if you look at everything holistically, everyone else is not really playing well. I think the only one I could say that's been decent is Rasmus Hojlund and Diogo Dalot have been quite consistent. But apart from that, I can't really think of anyone who was really good last season and then this season has kind of carried on from there.
We've got Jeanette Carter in the chat saying the style of play is the problem to me. And it's like you was touching on then. I think when you have a press, if that's slightly disjointed, if one person isn't, as close as he should be and keep the distance apart and in the correct shape, teams will do you like that. They'll find Madison, especially players like James Madison, people like that, they know the pockets of space to pick up and they'll just absolutely murder you on the transition. So I think that's one of the issues.
Who's the midfielder Spurs have got? Is it Indogi? Is that him?
No, Indogi's the left back. You got Sarr and Basuma.
Papa Sarr. He looked like fucking world class when he played against us.
Yeah,
looked incredible. Yeah. I don't even know this guy, but he's just wandering through our midfield like we're even there.
You've got him from Lens, I think, or somewhere in France.
Yeah. We was linked with him. I remember him being linked with him. We was like, it looks the part. And the other issue is for me as well. I think you're asking Casemiro, 31-year-old Casemiro, to do something that he's never really done before. For Madrid, he's always been that solid six who breaks up play. You know, can give it to Modric, Cruz. You do your thing, but he is the solid unit there. Now he's being asked to press right high up the pitch with fucking acres of spacing behind him. It's just like I mentioned Fernandinho before with the dark arts and stuff. It's like asking him now, you know, when he was in, you know, the peak of his career. So you're high pressing now. You go right up. You're aggressive. You're on the front foot.
Absolutely.
It's just completely different game. I'm not saying he can't adapt, but
That's a really good point, because I was thinking about that a couple of days ago. I don't think I can bring in Tchouaméni, I don't know, Declan Rice, Thomas, whoever playing in this system. And I don't think they'll do significantly better than what Casemiro is doing now. Maybe they will make some silly mistakes, but in terms of like a significantly improved midfield, I don't think you'll see it in this system that we're playing.
No, it's it looks difficult going forward. We do have one bright spark, of course, in Rasmus Hojlund. Someone mentioned him before. He's the joint top goal scorer, I think, in the Champions League alongside Julian Alvarez. How impressive has he been for you, Sam, in the Champions League in particular? 'Cause some of his goals have been fucking unreal, haven't they?
Dude has been classic. It looks like he's built for the Champions League, doesn't it? Like he just seems to thrive on Champions League nights, and the way we're playing, it looks like he's not going to get to play too many of them for us this season, which is a bit worrying. His overall work ethic is fantastic. He believes in himself. He can all sorts of finish. Like that, the little dink finish he did over the top of the goalkeeper was class. He's got power. He's smash it in from like 15 yards and stuff like that. He holds the ball up well. He's strong. He can pass. The dude's got everything. And I know a lot of us were saying, I don't want to shout at Aaron, but I know he was saying previously like he was doubting this kid and stuff like that, and he's now eating his words, which he's happy to do, obviously, because he's playing well.
He was very eager to put that point across when he was last on the show. He was like, can I just say?
Exactly, yeah. And it's like, a lot of us were like, is he going to be good? Like, but you've seen it, like, in the Champions League, the highest level of football, the dude's doing it, man. Like, he's scoring goals. Like you said, he's the top goal scorer, joint top goal scorer. So his kid's got talent. We need to give him the service. We need to give him more of the ball and play him into positions where he can score goals. Because when we do, he puts them away, like he scores. I just think Chivy mentioned it for the who did we play at the weekend? Fucking hell, my mind's gone blank.
Brentford. No, not Brentford. That was
who did we just play?
Fucking hell, Sheffield.
Jesus Christ, that game, that game was so boring. So boring. I forgot about it.
Same colours in it.
Yeah,
same colour kit.
Like Chivy said on the review, I think it was. We were saying like he's playing with the three worst players behind him in terms of decision making. Rashford, who's terrible. Anthony, terrible. Bruno, terrible. So he's just there by himself, and he does like what Harry Kane started doing, where he wants to be involved in play, so he's dropping deep to get hold of the ball, but then that just leaves a gap up front, and then he's trying to do about 3 or 4 defenders on his way, isn't he? Which he's done as well successfully, but he can't do it all himself, man. Like, he can't do it all himself. When Rashford has played him in and made the right decision, he scored a goal. There was the goal where he put it across, didn't he? He just got his bonce on it. So if he makes the right decisions, Rashford, and Anthony makes the right decisions, Hojlund will score. But we need to sort that out, and I just don't think Ten Hag's going to drop him, and I don't know how you get the message across, because he must be saying to him in training, like, feed this kid, like, give him the ball.
Yeah. Well, Fergie said it about Van Persie, didn't he? He said, just give him the ball.
Yeah.
Let's give him the ball and he'll score.
And so either when they're getting on the pitch, they're so tunnel focused, they're just forgetting all the stuff that they've done in training and just going forward, or they're intentionally being selfish and they want to score instead. Either way, we need to change it, because it's not working, because this kid can't do it all himself. We need to give him the service, and you need to drop players. You need to drop Anthony, you need to drop Bruno, you need to drop Rashford, but he's not going to do that. So we need to figure out a way of doing it, like giving him the ball.
Thing is with Anthony as well, even last season his output wasn't amazing. I don't think he had that many assists. No. So both of them, like, you are starved. It's called the graveyard shift, the number 9 position. It has been for a while at Manchester United, because I don't feel like we have clever. Rashford's been playing there consistently, whether he's been in or out of the squad, whatever it's been. And then that right hand side has been so hindered. I mean, you talk about we played Mata there for so long out of position. We played Valencia there. Like, I can't remember genuinely. last time we had a world class right winger? Please tell me.
The best one we've had in recent memory was probably Valencia, but he wasn't world class, but he was decent.
And that's like
Do you know what I mean?
Valencia's,
Do you know what I mean?
he was good for us at a certain time of period, but
he was good, but beyond that, like it's Fergie
He
days,
was
isn't
not
it?
typical. He was just a typical Fergie, right?
Winger, yeah.
yeah.
Right
Work
winger.
hard, up and down the thing,
Up and
drill
down.
it across the
Yeah,
box, when you
yeah.
get it. But at least he put fucking crosses in. That was the difference. I mean, imagine, we was talking about it the other day, imagine if David Beckham in this team, but, for Hojlund.
20 goals.
That's
Easy.
like,
He'd have 20
yeah,
goals,
like,
wouldn't he?
that's the fucking kind of, now that's very hard to find in this modern day, but that's the kind of service that you
Yeah.
need. 100%.
Speaking of Hojlund, like I personally, I'm really, really surprised at what we've got with this guy because,
Yeah.
I'm not like Aaron where I thought he wasn't going to shine, but I was very, very skeptical. I understand people who were kind of worried when it was just him, like we're just relying on him. But it's not just the goals; it's the power, it's the technique, it's the ability to hold the ball, even when there's players around him, and then he's smart enough to keep it and still locate a player to give it off. And he makes the runs. There was a moment in the last game where this game we just played, where we're on the attack and he's running in. He pulls the defender in, and it's like a wide open space. Rashford's coming in. Bruno has the ball, and I'm just thinking, when you play FIFA, a lot of times you can just spot the pass. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah, Bruno is right there, and then Bruno still tries to give it to Hojlund. Like, I was like, he's moved the defender away.
Was that Rashford pass? Remember Rashford's in on goal, and you think just put your foot through it and think, and Hojlund's to the right side of him, and he plays it to Hojlund, but he plays it behind him. You're just like, just make the right decision. Make the right decision, man.
So it's one of them ones, but I just wanted to add because you were talking about Hojlund. I'm so impressed with the other attributes that he has apart from just goal scoring. It's kind of like a throwback striker.
Yeah, it feels like when we describe strikers, it'll say, oh, he's great at holding up the ball, oh, he's good at in behind, or he's good at doing this. He feels like he's got all the stones in Thanos' glove to kind of be like,
honestly.
Yeah, he's a complete striker in that kind of essence.
Well, like it's crazy.
Yeah, it looks the part, and that 65 million that we spent might actually end up looking like a bargain if he continues on this trajectory. So, and that's interesting. Of course, he will be playing against Copenhagen tomorrow. I think there's two of his brothers play for Copenhagen. I think. Which is obviously very interesting. Going to be a massive game for him. I'm not going to pretend like I watch fucking Copenhagen week in, week out in the Danish league. I don't think any of us do, really. I've watched a couple of clips from the games in the Champions League. They look like they can actually play football. They're not a bad team. I know they're the best team in Denmark. And they've got an experienced kind of spine and kind of flary players around that. So it's going to be interesting. I don't think there's going to be any high expectation on him. So I almost feel like the pressure's off him because they're travelling to Old Trafford. And obviously, there's a lot of pressure on Manchester United being the club that we are. So it's not a free hit for them, but they'll definitely travel there tomorrow thinking they've got a chance. Judging us off the first two games, 100%. And like I said, if we can't beat Copenhagen, then what are we doing here? Like, that's got to be a dub tomorrow night. Do you think? Just whilst we're talking about lower ranked teams and whatever it is, do any of you guys have any kind of dark horses or, like I said, low ranked teams in this competition who you think may go far?
I think it's really difficult in the Champions League nowadays to, like, you don't get the likes of Porto or Lyon and those sort of teams winning it anymore, do you? Like you used to back in the day.
I think them days are over.
Yeah, like you used to back in the day. It happened quite frequently, didn't it? Like you saw it like happen quite often. I think nowadays it's the same old teams that sort of go through. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, City now have entered that conversation. Even Chelsea have got a decent record in Champions League. They seem to get quite, I know they're not in it this year, but they seem to get quite advanced in it. The Italian teams kind of died off. I know last year Inter got to the final, but Italian teams, the strengths just seems to have died off. Like you've seen the days of Juve dominating this competition, and my guy AC Milan and stuff like that. They're long gone. Like it's the four teams you normally think are going to get to the semis probably will. They might be the odd one who gets there, but in terms of winning it, you probably know like it's one of three teams that are going to win it. So I'd love to see somebody get to the final. I'd love to see somebody who we don't recognise or we don't think can win it. But I just think it's not that sort of competition anymore. As much as I'd love it to happen, I just don't think it is.
We've got Shreyas in the chat saying, do you think we'll make it out of the group? Just a quick fire. Yes or no?
Nope.
I'd like to be positive. But...
We've got to win every single game now
Yeah.
to get. So we've got to beat Copenhagen at home. We've got to beat Bayern Munich at home, and we've got to go away to Galatasaray and win.
We're scraping wins against like really
Sheffield United.
Yeah.
I mean, Sheffield was looking very confident against it. You know, that's another thing that pisses me off. When we play some of these teams and then they look really confident, like the team before, was it Brentford we played before Sheffield?
Yeah.
And they looked confident, like it was nothing. Like, we're here for the 3 points, we're gonna get it. Like, it was, you know, like they were not intimidated. Like, these are the people that we're struggling against.
Burnley are bottom of the league with like a point. Have they got 1 point? Burnley?
No, Sheffield.
I mean, Sheffield at the bottom of the point. I think Burnley have 1 win.
Right, 1 win, and we it took something special by Bruno to get us the win.
Yeah,
we looked shite.
Brilliant. Yeah,
like it's just
so
awful.
If that's the yardstick, then I don't know. I have to be realistic and think we don't make it through.
Well, what do you think Copenhagen will be looking at tomorrow? I mean, it's probably a list of things that you could pull out, but what if you're the Copenhagen manager tomorrow? What's the area of weakness that you're specifically targeting? What are you telling your players to go and do? Any of you answer?
Yeah, just stay narrow. This is what everyone else does. Just they play narrow and force us out to the wings, and then we have to use the wings. And it's easy because what happens is when we try to go long, how many times did we try? We literally just give the ball away. I'll just tell them to stay narrow, and just try and make sure that there's a wall between between our centre backs and whoever the 6 is. So, you know, it's the 3 and then the 1. And then just block off those passing lanes so they can't go to him, and then just go out wide. So that we're forced to go wide, and then we, you know, that's it. We don't have any other options to try and go, try and go
a one-way route we've got in it.
Yeah,
when you shut that off.
Just block. It's so easy, so easy to play against.
If they want to score as well, I'd take shots from outside and inside the box at Onana, because he's likely to spill one. And he's likely to make a mistake, so just take shots at him. Anytime you get the opportunity to shoot, because it may well go in, because the dude is, like Nick said, he's unorthodox in the way he saves, and sometimes he gets it very, very wrong and ends up spilling that. So you could do what Galatasaray did, do what Bayern Munich did. Just keep testing him. Anytime you get a shot, have a go at him, because you may as well, because you might get a goal out of it. I'd make sure you I'd stretch our midfield as well, because that's going to be key. Stretch the midfield, the life. Make sure when you're let the Bruno or Mount, whoever it is, press you, and then you've just got a massive gap to play into, and you through onto the defensive line. We're very easy to beat. We're very easy to game plan. Like, it's not hard.
It's not hard. You don't even need to press. Just you don't need to press United.
And I'd say if United do score, don't worry, because within the 6 minutes you'll get a goal back. So don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Oh, horrendous. Henry Jones in the chat saying lowest ranked team that'll make it to the quarters are Feyenoord. Okay, very random. We've got Copenhagen away as well. Yeah. UK Strain saying we're rubbish. No chance we're getting out of the group. Love the positivity. Shah Sam saying all my expectations from the start of the season have gone right now. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah. I mean, I feel your pain there, brother. Yeah. And UK Strains again saying getting slapped by City 5-0. We're miles away from City. So, yeah, I get it. I understand it. I know why people feel the way they do. It's not been a great start to the season. And look, I hope we obviously all hope that we get the dub tomorrow night, but it's going to be very, very tricky given how our first 2 games have gone. But with that in mind, let's do some quick fire questions. So tomorrow night, Manchester United versus Copenhagen in the Champions League. Will United keep a clean sheet?
No, not a chance.
No. I
don't even know what they are.
No. We've got about as many clean sheets as a fucking hostel, aren't we? In fairness. Will Varane start?
No, I think he might do Maguire Lindelof.
I put him in. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, you would imagine that he
Yeah.
would start, but I think we'll do Maguire Lindelof, and he'll just save Varane to come on as a sub or for Man City. Yeah.
Nice quick fire there, Chiva.
Yeah.
One surprise selection.
None.
I don't think there will be one.
Oh, let me rephrase that question. One impact off the bench.
Garnacho.
Not
Garnacho. No McTominay. Another goal. We'll keep his run going.
I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. I don't care.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Who is your prediction for man of the match? Who do you think is gonna have a good game tomorrow?
Hojlund. I don't know which one.
Yeah,
one of the three. One of the three.
You're gonna be right, aren't you? Yeah. One of the three. Hojlund.
Henrik Larsson's son plays for Copenhagen as well, and he's.
Who's that? Did you say?
Henrik Larsson, his son.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be. He's like an up and coming striker or whatever. So.
As Sharia said in the chat, who is the best player on the pitch in the Champions League? It's always the away goalkeeper at Old Trafford, isn't it? So whatever the Copenhagen goalkeeper is, there you go, him.
Yeah, Hojlund's uncle in that. Yeah. Right, should we do predicted 11s then? What are we saying? Who's got what?
Let's see. Here we go. So first one, Unic.
Okay. Right, I don't know if we've got similar teams, but I'll just go through it. Oh, no, I don't think he drops him because he just, Delo played fantastic in the last game. Varane, I'm hoping he brings him back into the team. I want to see him back in there because he's the leader in that back line. Maguire played well, so I don't see any reason for dropping him. Reguilon's been training. I think he'll come in at left back. I want to see midfield of Amrabat, Mount, and Bruno. But I don't want to see it. Sorry, I think Ten Hag will play that, and then Anthony, Hojlund, and Rashford up top. I think they're going to go with. What tweaks have you guys made? Any? Just a couple, or
so mine is I've gone same as you, but I've gone Varane Lindelof, just because I think Maguire played against Sheffield, so I don't think he's going to play him here, and I think we need to win, so he's going to play Varane, he's going to play Lindelof. It's going to be Amrabat, Mount, and Bruno. As much as I would like it to be something else, it's not gonna. It's going to be Anthony, Hojlund, and Rashford again. I would change it, but he's not going to change it, so. That's what I've gone with. Henry Jones saying surprise selection, Anthony Martial. Have you gone with any surprise selections, Trevor?
No, I've gone with, I would love to see that. I'd love to see Martial and Hojlund, like Martial on the left and Hojlund there. That's my dream, hopefully, but it's probably never going to happen.
Ever.
I've done the same as you, but I've changed. I took Varane out for Maguire, so it's going to be Maguire Lindelof.
Do you think you won't be quite ready yet for Varane?
No, I don't. Nah, I don't think so. Because come on, Varane plays the game and then he's out for 2, and then he plays. I think he might manage. He might manage it a little bit better now. He can play Maguire and Lindelof. Right now, and I think that's what he would do, and he'll probably save because we need Varane against City. So he'll probably do that, and. Even though it might be, this is the thing, like we always expect Ten Hag to do something. We make it, an intelligent change, and then he just throws it all in the bin. I think he might actually go with the same midfield of Amrabat, McTominay, and Bruno. I think he might do that.
Right, interesting. Right, we've spoken about everything, covered as many possible things as we could. Score. Prediction. Honest. Be as honest as you possibly. No bullshit. No like. I thought. Well, maybe we can. What is your honest,
bro? Like, we're so. It's literally impossible to actually predict a scoreline nowadays, like with Man United, because you never know what's going to happen. Well, we're going to be shit, but you just never know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I'm saying to give honest. Don't try, sugarcoat it or whatever.
It's going to be a shit performance. We know that. So that's one thing.
What does everyone think in the chat? Do we win tomorrow? And if so, let me know your score prediction.
If we win, it'll be like 2-1. But realistically, I think it might be like a 1-1 or something.
Yeah, okay. I think it's got 1-1 written all over it. I think if we could do a snap, this is how sad fucking United have become. If we could snatch and grab Copenhagen 2-1. I'll fucking take it. I don't care at this
Yeah.
point. Like Chippy said, we just need to win. Like, I worry about a good performance against City. Like, save the good performance for City. Just get the fucking 3 points. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
But I'll say
Yeah.
1-1 because I just don't see us like
The
doing.
back of my head, I think somehow either Ericsson or Hojlund would be very key for us tomorrow. I just, it's one of them ones where it would just have to be one of those Danish guys to do the business.
Well, it'd be
And
very
that'll be-
fitting, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Against
I
the
think it's
Danish
one of those
team.
ones where it'll be like Ericsson comes off the bench and then does some crazy through pass or something.
I can already see the thumbnail in my head, Great Dane or something along the lines.
There you
of
go.
that, If they
Visualization, positive reinforcement.
Yeah, you know what? I'd probably, if I want to push it and try sugarcoat it, I'd say United 2-1. But go on.
I've just thought of a good. If we absolute batter them, which won't happen, I've just thought of a good thumbnail title.
Okay.
Or
Danish pasting.
Yes, I like that.
I've just come on.
Right.
Into my head now.
Clip it.
Into my head.
Copyright it. No one's fucking robbing that. 'Cause if we see that thumbnail tomorrow, it's curtains, mate. And
I shouldn't give it away. I shouldn't give it away.
No, you
should I?
should
Kept it to myself.
But that's a belter. Yeah.
Danish pasting. Yeah.
There you go.
You know what? That's gonna be the fucking thumbnail that we never got to use because it never fucking happened.
You know what? I'm gonna make it just in hope that I get to use it. I'm gonna make it just so I can hope to use it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah. We have to think of a reverse one probably the way we're playing at the moment. But yeah.
Well, it works both ways. Like we can use
Yeah. We received, just what we received before it. We received the Danish pasting. Yeah. I'll read out a few more comments and then we'll head off. Tim99 says, I have a little faith now after Saturday. Fair play to you. Henry Jones saying 3-0. I'm not sure if that's 3-0 to Copenhagen or 3-0 to United.
Yeah.
Tim saying 3-2. Shreyas is saying 2-0. Shahsam, any win will be accepted. Henry Jones 3-0 to United, he said. Cooper Steads have to. I think he's saying we have to win.
Yeah.
And everyone else is thinking of a great thumbnail, great plan. Great pain, sorry.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys. Like I said, we'll have the pre-match build-up tomorrow night. Obviously, the kick-off. What time's kick-off? Is it 8, the usual? Or is it...
Let me look it up now. I'll look it up.
Because someone mentioned 6 o'clock to us before, and I was like, eh?
It better fucking not be.
No, it's not. It's 8. It's 8 o'clock.
Looking.
It's 8, trust.
Yes, 8 o'clock.
Yeah. 8 o'clock. So we'll be live for the pre-match build-up about 7 and 45 minutes discussing the game in depth, seeing the team lineups and reacting to that. And then we'll have the review after the game as well. Hopefully, laughing at the thumbnail that we've created. So let's see how we get on tomorrow. Hopefully it is a Danish pasting and we can all be smiling with a Rasmus Hojlund hat-trick and talking about that rather than a load of shit and mistakes and lack of concentration that we have. But it may feel like the latter will happen in this situation. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow for the game. Take care. See you in a bit.
We want play out, and we want play out. We want play